Rockeyez would like to welcome Dan Spitz of Red Lamb. Hey, man, what's going on?
How you doing? That's glad to be here.
Great. Congratulations on the new CD. Amazing lyrics. Musically outstanding. Couldn't ask for anything more. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's been a long, hard road, and lots of stumbling blocks kind of getting here, and it feels good to actually kind of be here. So, many years, almost 3 years in the making, and it's just, we just kind of want to do things a little bit differently, so we kept it quiet, meaning my collaboration with Dave, and and all that. People were kind of wondering if Dave was in the band and so forth, and hopefully I kind of cleared that up. We never really made an announcement or anything. We're just, staying under the radar and doing what we do best, so we can kind of concentrate on making the music very special. It's really important to me to give back and to give to the feeling that I used to give in the beginning days of Anthrax. That hunger, that fight to survive, that kind of feeling is back for me, because I've taken a long break. So we wanted to make sure that was present in all the music and in all the lyrics, and it was just refreshing to listen to, both at the same time. You kind of feel excuse me, a feeling of familiarity. It's me, and at the same time, it's like, wow, this doesn't sound like anybody else, and that was the most difficult hurdle to come through. So we're here, and kind of launched it by the seat of our pants, because everything is kind of done behind the scenes, and I'm not one, for like, it's coming soon, get ready, and all that. The typical way to do things for me is just not the norm, and it's never has been. So, we're ready to go, and we just go and put it out and hit the road, and do what I do best.
Cool. I love the cover. Tell me about the cover.
The cover was done by John Lorenzi, who does all the Megadeth stuff. So it's probably another reason you kind of feel a little bit of feeling of familiarity, and it represents the name of the band, and I think he just nailed it pretty much right out of the gate, with guidance from Dave, of course. Dave has been a blessing to my family, and a blessing to this project, and his whole entire family has been a blessing to this. So it's been really just an incredible experience. There's probably a lot of guitar players out there who wish they were kind of a fly on the wall in Dave's studio when we're kind of just both sitting there for months on end doing this, and it was just almost surreal, that two of us, you want to call it from the big four, even though I'm absent. I pretty much think I'm the only guy alive that was there at inception and who's not there, but two of the guys who this music is not fabricated. We're not replacements. We didn't take over and play like, it's in our DNA, and
right.
We can't get rid of it, neither one of us. So the two of us in one room, listening to my music and cutting it up, and then Dave adding lyrics and just working months on end feverishly. That's just, man, it's just, for me, it's incredible,
Right.
I mean, I know Dave for so long, but as friends, which we keep quiet, and we kind of keep that relationship to ourselves. But I think everybody knows that we're friends for a very long time. But to switch that gear over to music, it's crazy. It's crazy cool.
Cool. This was a very emotional CD to me. Listening to the music and reading the lyrics. It's one of my favorite albums right now. It's especially when you get to sit down and put the headphones on and read the lyrics. Actually, a lot of people listen to music, they don't really pay attention to lyrics. Me, I love to listen and read the lyrics at the same time. And one of the songs that jump out first is The Watchman. Can you tell me anything about that? I love the one line about the free turkey.
That's
amazing.
Yeah. When we were writing the lyrics, we were still kind of at war, so, or cleanup, or whatever you want to call it. So this song is kind of an ode to all the servicemen who give their lives for us to sit here and be able to listen to something like Red Lamb.
Right.
We just thought that was due because we have friends that are, both Dave and I, that were over there and during that time. So that's kind of, the ode to them, and it's unbelievable what they have to do. And then when they come home, they're just kind of like fed back to society, just like thrown right in. And, I don't know how many don't make it, but let's not just say it's 2%,
Right.
They're just hurled back in the same way that I was hurled into society the day I walked off the last Anthrax stage. It's let me tell you, it's instant culture shock. For someone who's just, in a band for a few years, a pop band or something, I'm sure they adjust, but for someone such as myself, since I was 12, 13 years old, I was in a bar band, and I don't even think I was coming home, and then it escalated into Anthrax, and Scott and I launched this, into the next level, let's say. So I didn't know anything else, and all of a sudden it's like, yeah, it sounds cool, I'll go to Switzerland and be this crazy watchmaker and stuff, but, for a little while it's cool, and then it's like, whoa, this is what people do,
Right. Right.
I mean, I lived on a bus for basically my whole life.
Wow.
So it's the same thing. So I could associate, as we were writing these lyrics, with the servicemen, and I don't think enough people pay attention to them coming home or not coming home, is what the lyrics in this story tell and depict.
Cool. Now the first single I would guess is The Cage, which is the video. For me, seeing you back in the 80s and stuff like that, all I can remember is Bermuda shorts and the Tweety Bird shirt, and then you look at the video, you go, holy shit, is that Dan? So you really made a transition, a jump up, I would say, for myself, listening to the CD. Can you tell me anything about The Cage?
The Cage is the reason I released The Cage first and did a video for that is it is about what I was just speaking about. It's about, my desert time. If you should read the Bible, everybody knows there's some serious desert times given to people and what they went through, and some survived, and then they return to society. For me, it's returning to music full time, full bore. Get me on a stage so I can do what I do best. And The Cage lyrics are about my desert time and what I went through, where I was being taken, and the confusion and so forth in that time. Trying to touch back into music a few different times, and just, my feet not planted firmly on the ground. I only have one DNA, and the riffs that come off my guitar that you hear now, that's the DNA.
Right.
All those riffs were written and recorded by me, quite some time ago. So The Cage is about my return, the desert time, even my watchmaking time in Switzerland when I was just laying in bed going like, why am I here? What is this? And so forth and so on, and the pain and suffering during that time. It was a really funky experience. And I just kind of, at this point, can't wait to just be back on a bus and back on stage and playing my guitar on the stage and connecting to, the people I love.
Right.
And hopefully the people that love me, because, I have that same feeling once again as the beginning days of Anthrax, because I've been given this break. I'm not burnt out and fried, and one of the people that are just I hate the music industry and so forth and so on. I'm just glad and happy to pummel my guitar again, which is not a guitar for me. It's a weapon.
Right.
So I'm just happy to get to this stage, and then stage 2 obviously would be to get out and play live and not stop until I croak on stage, and hopefully it's not from another heart attack.
Wow. Wow. Unbelievable. Let's get to War Paint. I Divided Nation and stuff like that. What's your feeling about the United States right now?
Um, uh, I think we need some guidance. And I think everyone thinks the same thing, but we just like quit talking about it because it's been so long without some.
Right. Definitely
So
true.
there you go. There's your war paint, which touches upon back to the Indians, and which it's just unbelievable where we're at. It's only one word I would say is like it's just like scatterbrain.
Right. Wow. Yeah. I naturally you have friends, you talk and stuff like that. A lot of people are disappointed and don't look for a bright future at this time. But
well, because we were always used to instant gratification, which is our most current society and social upbringing for this generation. And unfortunately, when the new president took hold, it wasn't instant gratification because that's what we're used to, and it's just it's a hard feat for anyone to plow through and get to the next level and clean up a global mess. It's not just our mess. And it seems like an impossibility. Same thing when the housing market crashed. We all thought like, oh, it'll be 2 months and we'll get it back and blah blah, and look where we are now. So scatterbrain.
Right. Probably the song that's emotional for me, as with probably for you, is Puzzle Box. It talks about autism. I'm part of a project called Woodbridge Buddy Ball, who takes care of special needs children and stuff like that. And reading the lyrics, as I told your wife, it really made me cry. Tell me about that song.
Well, for those who don't know, Candy, my wife, and I have twin identical, what they call mirror image twins. They're that. It's so scary that they're identical. It's beyond scary, and they both have autism, and they've both been inflicted in different ways. So they come from the same egg that's been split in half. Old school, identical twins, not by fertility drugs or anything of the sort. And they have different sets of autistic problems when they go to autistic school. So case studies and therapists and so forth who have studied them, they can't figure out why identical twins don't have the same aspects of autism. So finding a cure is going to be quite difficult. And this word autism was not globally known when I grew up, and that's not too long ago. And now we have schools for it. Now it's everywhere. Now it's 1 in every 70th boy born, and that's pretty much, if you're having a baby, you better think there's someone on the floor in the hospital there, and it could be you. And there's about 70 rooms there. That someone's going to have an autistic child. So something's really, really wrong, dude. Something's really wrong. When you heat up a piece of plastic in your microwave and there's a little baby's food in there, that plastic is leaching chemicals because plastic is chemicals into the food, and we're just finding out about that now. So it's a cumulative. So I'm just kind of here to tell people my family's daily struggles, and in our genre of music, nothing's been done, or in any form of music at the level I think hopefully that we can take this to, and really just kind of make a difference and bring awareness to this disease globally in our genre. And as I've said once before, I'm just kind of starting the interview path for Red Lamb. But if you want to stamp one of those Autism Speaks blue puzzle pieces on my head and ink it on there and call me poster child, and you can call me anything you want, but this I have a cause, and it's not. This is it. So I hope the song touches a lot of hearts and touches a lot of places and gets to every crevice in the world. And it looks like that might be the we might start a video production for that song momentarily.
Cool. That's why we have that logo on our Rockeyez site. Also, the Woodbridge Buddy Ball logo on our site, and that song's really touching.
Thanks. It's there is a lot of people trying trying to spread the word, let's say, or help the cause. And if you look at the film industry, there's plenty. Television industry, there's plenty. And in metal, there's nobody. So we have 2 kids with autism, and just trying to find the time to write this album between. We all have home studios, and that's how we work. If I wasn't at Dave's or laying down the drum tracks in a bigger studio, that's how we work. And the difficulty of just a family's unit trying to work with autistic kids is almost impossible. We have disasters here every 30 seconds. That also extended the length of time it took to make the Red Lamb album, and to concentrate and come up with the sounds and the tones and so forth, because of the interruptions. Family comes first.
Right.
And metal, there is no other music like metal where it is a family. I'm just a fan of metal who happens to play guitar, and who hopefully a lot of people still love what I do now that I'm kind of playing again. I hope everyone understands and can come support Red Lamb, and not only the other 11 songs on the album, but this one song that really means a lot on a personal level.
Cool. How'd you pick Don Chafin as the lead vocalist?
I know Donnie for many years, and I've asked him a bunch of times to kind of sing with me and do something, and I actually produced some of his demos for his other band that he started called Vox, and worked with him then, and I just saw his shining talent, how I could kind of, it's the same kind of thing in the beginning days with Joey, where he was so fresh, we could just kind of mold Donnie. He had no preconceived notions of I only sing one way, and that's what I was looking for, where from album to album, Donnie can sing opera, he can sing anything.
Wow.
So he can clone anything, like humans can be cloned. So it's kind of cool. Or you can't even expect him to be expected. So for this album, we have this certain sound. But if I decided to start a band called Blue Lamb, and I said, Donnie, I would like you to sing this way, it's just like you just push a button on the guy and he switches over. It's the most unbelievable, scary thing I've ever seen in my life.
Right.
So,
yeah. We reviewed the Vox CD, and it's like day and night from Red Lamb to Vox.
He could sing pop, opera. It's just unbelievable, and he's one of the nicest, people I've ever met in my life. He's extremely brilliant, and beyond that, his love in life is video production. So he does all the videos. He owns all the video, everything, the warehouses. Just like making a movie, he has all that stuff. So the band will become, very, let's say, video. Once we get on the road and start rehearsing and so forth, there'll be just constant videos all the time from us to you.
Cool. So when's the CD actually going to be released?
You can get the CD by digital download from just about every source globally, I think, at this point.
Right.
Obviously, iTunes grabs it first, and it just takes a little time for everybody else to get it. Amazon's had it for a few days or so now, and it takes about 3 weeks if you're looking for a physical copy to have mailed to you, kind of thing. Amazon will have all physical copies. It just takes them about 3 weeks.
Cool.
Keep watching Amazon.
Cool. Now
we're keeping everything. The distribution is through TuneCore Records, and that's the way we're keeping it. We're keeping it, in our hands. I don't want to be tied to kind of an old dinosaur record company and tells me I can and can't play with this gentleman or that band or so forth. I kind of want to have free reign to play guest appearance on someone's record if they ask me to, and kind of move about in the new way. And that's the way Red Lamb is run.
Cool. So when you plan on going
it's a band, by fans, for fans, so there's no reason for me to kind of tie everything down to the old dinosaur way that's done and dead. This is going to be, it is. It's a viral extremely viral, personable band. You'll get to hang with us backstage. You'll, be just the way it is.
Cool.
Buy the record, don't buy the record, stream it down, steal it, whatever you want to do. Just come to the shows and have a good time. That's what it's all about.
Cool. When do you plan on going out on tour?
Yesterday would be cool. we're trying to plan right now. Actually, we obviously right now it was just let's get the tunes out, let's get the video up, let's move on to video 2, and then let's get into rehearsals and go. And it's that simple. And hopefully the right tours are laid out for us that we could just say yes to, and then away we go.
Cool. Well, congratulations once again. Phenomenal album. I hope everybody supports it. Congratulations on taking care of the autism part.
Thank you very much. I think it's just it's a very special thing to have Dave's input and Dave's collaborative effort, and for the two of us really to kind of show the partnership that can be. And I think others should kind of step back and take a look and say, wow, that's really cool that the two of them did something. It's like Brash Dude who started it and Brash Dude who started it, all of a sudden, like, they did something that's really cool for everybody. And I hope it kind of plants a seed and more people in our genre do the same thing. And it's just the coolest thing ever.
Great. Welcome back, man.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Great, man. Talk to you later. Thank you. Would you like to say anything to anybody?
Just hope to see everybody soon.
Thanks a lot.
I can't wait.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.